I'm a beautiful bumblebee. I messed that one up.
He said, I'm a beautiful bumblebee.
Okay, there you go, Alex.
There you go, Alex.
Welcome to Squadcast Movie Podcast, episode number 8. I'm Danny. This is Alex, who just did Atatenya, and the child who laughs every single time I do my opener.
It's so beautiful.
It's funny as hell. Episode number 8, another special episode. We're doing 3 animated movies. We each recommended an animated movie, and we all picked really great ones.
Yeah,
so, spoiler alert: we're all going to give high ratings for these.
Who would have thought?
Nothing but heat.
Bugs Life, Coraline, Lion King, 3 absolute bangers. That was reaffirmed for me this weekend watching all of these. They're all, I mean, we're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna start with the Bugs Life. Okay, I watched the Bugs Life. Watched it yesterday. Yesterday in the morning.
What's today? Tuesday. So yeah, I rewatched it Sunday then.
This was the second movie from Pixar back in 1998, I believe. I always get the year wrong.
You are correct. It's all right. I got Mr. Fact Checker over here. Let me pull it up for the audience to see.
Yeah, I know. no, I got it. Yeah, 1998. I pulled it up. Anyway, like pretty much every Pixar movie from about the years 1995 to 2012, was an instant, and it's still to this day a classic animated movie, and it's the second one from Pixar after Toy Story, which is also iconic, but it's kind of carved out a name of its own because it's completely different, although it's kind of follows the same theme of Toy Story, of things being like larger than life, kind of, or like small things being come into life, kind of.
Oh, but I'm gonna jump in here. So interesting thing that I was looking up just like the techniques that were used for making Bugs Life, and the one technique that they used to kind of make everything seem more like at the ant level was they attached a camera to like a really small camera on a dolly that was like really, really close to the ground, and they pulled it, and they just like had tons of videos that was like in tall grass or like over like cracked mud to like understand like how like what is the perspective at an ant's level, which was like mind blowing.
It's funny. No, you say that because have you guys ever been to like Disney World? I think there's a part, I don't know if it's in Animal Kingdom or something, where it's kind of like a recreation of what, like there's giant, huge blades of grass, and I don't know if it was Bugs Life or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but it was kind of the same ballpark where.
No, it was a Bugs Life. Like it was like a little tiny 10-minute show kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I wonder if. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that too. Yeah. No, that was definitely a thing. But I just remember walking through like kind of an arrangement like that, where it's like a bunch of. You're basically like you were the size of an ant.
I'm truthfully upset I never saw this. Why didn't anybody tell me?
Yeah, because you won't see it anymore because they got rid of that. So
and you are all bad friends for not telling me about this sooner.
I went to this back in like 2004.
I don't want any excuses as to when this happened. Nobody told me about it. That's the issue here, okay?
But Trout, did you? And I mean, we've all seen this movie.
Yeah,
we've all seen this movie before we watched it for the podcast, right? I mean, it's a classic. It's kind of a movie that people our age kind of grew up with. A little bit.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this movie multiple times, but it's just been a while since the last time I've actually watched it.
Fun filming, like animation fact too about this movie is that this was the first time that Disney was using animation involving large crowds, where each like body was able to do its own animation, whereas like in previous movies, if it was a large crowd, it was like duplicates of the same person just scattered throughout the crowd.
Yeah. I'm gonna come back to that when we talk about the Lion King, because that's actually a step up from something that they innovated for the Lion King. But we'll get to that when we talk about it. Just put a pin in that. But I want to talk about the plot really quick. Obviously, I mean everybody knows the plot. Flick is an ant from the ant colony that's forced to serve the grasshoppers, and he's He's probably, obviously, he's the main character, so he's the most fleshed out character, and he's kind of a dim-witted inventor that kind of makes things worse all the time. And he sets out to go find bigger bugs to help fight the grasshoppers.
I mean, he's perfect. Flick is perfect.
Well, in his typical fashion, he kind of sort of makes the situation worse because he just brings back Surgica's bugs.
Which, by the way, are the greatest group of people ever.
Yeah.
Ever on the planet.
They're all funny. There's some great voice acting in here. Kevin Spacey, before we knew he sucked as a person, but he's talented and he's great as Hopper. He's an amazing villain.
Absolutely.
Freaking Julie Louis-Dreyfus plays the princess.
It's kind of got a
Dennis Leary, the ladybug guy. That's so funny.
Yeah, the ladybug is hands down one of the greatest characters in the entire film. If you ask me,
the Black Widow girl is Bonnie Hunt. You know, that's the mom in Cheaper by the Dozen. That makes so much sense. The way she talks.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rosie.
She's kind of like Ditzy Doo. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, there's some great voicing acting in this. The animation was great for its time. It still holds up, I'd say, mostly well. I do kind of feel like both this movie and Toy Story could almost use like a reanimation session or something. Like they should re-release it like with the animation they can do now. I don't know.
Debatable. I don't know.
No?
That's touchy for someone who does not like remakes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's not the same. It's like I'm talking about the exact same movie, but just update the animation a little better. Just now,
remaking the movie.
No, it's not. It is not remaking the movie.
The
Lion King remake is not the same.
We're re-enhancing. Just re-enhance the movie. Re-enhance the movie. How about that?
Yeah,
I feel like that would ruin the nostalgia of the movie. I feel like that would.
It depends on how they would do it. Because while I'm saying they should do that, I don't know if you guys saw the Shrek trailer. They tried to update that animation
movie, but just make it in 4K. Are you not listening? Don't even remake. Just upgrade the visuals and release the same movie.
2025. Disney will mess it up somehow.
Did you guys know that the lead Blueberry Scout was Ashley Tisdale? Because I didn't.
I saw that when I looked at the voice.
I was just looking at the cast and I was like, wait, Ashley Tisdale was in this? Jeez.
That's pretty funny.
That is hilarious.
Speaking of hilarious, of the three movies, this was the funniest.
Oh, this is by far. I think this is by far the funniest.
Oh my god.
By far the
funniest. I was rolling watching Bugs Life, dude. First off, like even like the goofy, just these little goofy jokes that they make. Like I don't know, even in the beginning when that leaf falls and they're like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do?"
And
the guy's like, "Don't worry, this is nothing compared to the twig of '93." I don't know that maybe. Like that's so stupid.
Dude, it does have a lot of just like silly humor, and honestly, humor that probably goes over your head when you're a bit younger. Because I was rewatching this on Sunday, and I was dying laughing. And I was like, I don't remember laughing at this when I was younger. I just liked the movie.
Swear, so many of the movies, this included, like they have like kids movies when we were younger have like these little inside adult joke, like not even just like adult, like as in inappropriate, as in just something you would kind of have to be an adult to get. It's almost like jokes for the parents when they take the kids to see it. Like, here's something for you to laugh at.
One of my favorite scenes.
The mosquito get the drop of blood. Can I get a Bloody Mary?
Yeah,
can I get drinks the whole thing up. It just falls over and dies. That is just Very cool.
Dude, the end of the movie when Heimlich comes out of his chrysalis, he's like, "Oh, I'm a big, beautiful butterfly," and then they just pick his big ass up.
Yeah, he's still just himself, but he's got this tiny wings.
The ants are holding him up. He's like, "Oh, you look so small from up here."
And you're just like lifting him up.
Like, dude, that killed me. I was in tears, dude. Heimlich is probably my favorite character in there, just because he's just some fucking dummy.
There's even, I don't know. I just think it's funny. Like, even in the beginning when he's like saying says he wants to go get the bugs, and they're kind of just like, hey, we can just send him away by doing that. No more dealing. So they go, okay, yeah, there you go. And he's walking away. He makes like a short little speech. I'm going to bring our rescuers or whatever. And as he goes down over the hill, he hears them all cheering, and he thinks he's cheering for him. They're all cheering that he's gone.
Then the little kids come up and he's like, "My dad has a bet that you're gonna die."
What?
He's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Never mind, I don't have time for this. Like, I gotta go."
Speaking of the mosquito scene too, that's all part of like when he goes to the city, and that is always such a fun scene for me because like they kind of, I love anything. I feel like this is one of the first movies that are like this, but anything where they make kind of like smaller versions of real world things, like a city or a circus, and you see how creative they get with like integrating those things. Or like, I'm trying to think of an example, but like, I don't know, even just like the guy, one of the acts is the Chinese box of illusion, and it's just like a Chinese food box.
I feel it's like Zootopia when they made they made Manhattan but for animals, pretty much.
Yeah, no, basically like they juxtapose these things, and I feel like there's a writing team just brainstorming all the ways that they do it.
Exactly, it's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool. I do like it a lot.
The grasshoppers are really cool. I like how that their wings are kind of like motorcycles. So when they're running in, you hear it sounds like motorcycles are running in, almost like the big bad biker gangs running in town.
Well, even when they first appear and they're leaving through the holes, when they like jump up, they like bounce in the air, almost like they're like revving their engines before they fly away. It's pretty cool that they just toss it in there.
You're right. No, it's creative. There's so much creative little stuff. When it rains, it's like a bombing raid. That was insane. That actually was intense.
The ants are freaking out.
Bro, it's literally like a bombing raid. Like, what the hell?
The ants are just absolutely losing their minds. They're like, oh my god, it's the end of the world. It's just raindrops. It's just raindrops.
Yeah, right. I feel like, I don't know. That's another thing about the perspective is it's a sound thing too, because just the little raindrop for us is like a
right
for them,
Literally explosion.
A leaf that falls, you hear like the loudest wind sounds ever from it.
For like us, a what a hailstorm sounds like.
Yeah, right.
That's fair.
Yeah, God. Yeah, I know. Shit, it's like an avalanche.
It's a meteor. He said a meteor.
Alex, did you find this movie funny?
I did. The whole like I was accidentally on mute, but the whole city part that you guys were talking about, it completely went over my head as a child, and watching it back, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a city. That's so smart. But
yeah, it's cool.
No, out of everything, this was probably the most funny. I think we had a really good
when I see other underdog
movie set of like funny,
absolutely.
Dramatic, and just kind of like
and creepy,
puzzly, creepy. So
yeah, no, it's a good mix up. Also, Latrell, I'd be remiss to say, did you notice some parallels to Seven Samurai?
I actually did. But we will.
Heroes save the town from like the big bad guys who are coming to take all their food.
It's We'll revisit that. We'll revisit that.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying that was a movie we reviewed a couple weeks ago. Alex wasn't here for that, unfortunately, but it's very
phenomenal movie. It's long, but
it's a good movie, and you do feel its influence, and not it's cool, and you feel something's influence even in something like a kids movie, like a kids bug movie, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty damn cool.
Well, it is like that. It is also kind of like it is kind of a movie about revolution in a way, like standing up against the big bad guy that's controlling everybody.
Yeah,
so that's cool too. It's especially cool for the times. So
the freaking ants come back, man. Although you know what I didn't remember about this movie? The end when Hopper gets fucking annihilated by a bird and its children.
Oh yeah.
That shit was gruesome for a children's movie.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah.
Like,
I love it.
That bird comes out of nowhere and literally bodies him, and then it gets dropped into its chick's mouth, and he gets eaten, and then they're all happy and celebrating. And then the other dude works for the circus.
Oh yeah,
his brother or whatever.
No, I agree, but I feel like the other movies we got coming up might have something to say about going there in terms of doing stuff with a kids movie.
I mean, yeah, I think one of them are graphic.
Remember the kids' mural that they make for the
oh my god!
And Heimlich is like split in half.
They cut him in half.
Like they said it'd be best if we showed one of you dead.
Oh my god, dude! Those kids were savages. Dude, There's little ants, ant children.
I forgot about that scene completely.
And
from when I was young.
Was just split in two. That's so petty. How they gonna do our Heimlich like that?
All those grasshoppers are like beheaded and torn to pieces.
It's like, oh my god.
That part was so funny. The circus bugs looking at that like, oh my
god.
What is that? Why? What is going on?
They're sitting there just looking at these children, just smiling at them, showing them their death. It's like, oh my god, what is happening?
God, this movie. I might watch this one again with my girlfriend. I don't know. This movie was funny as hell.
It's a good movie. I'm happy I recommended it.
We might recommend another Pixar sooner than later. I don't know.
Pixar is great. We should just do a Pixar episode.
Yeah, we could. But this was a good first one to do for sure.
Absolutely, I agree.
We got our ratings?
I'm down for the ratings.
5 out of 5. You?
5 Squadcast podcast thumbs up out of 5.
Alex?
Out of 5.
Wow, unanimous 5 out of 5 Squadcast podcast thumbs up for A Bug's Life. That, you know what? I think that deserves
its own little. Oh, if you can.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. I think you're gonna do it quick enough. Okay. Let's move on to Coraline.
Oh my god.
I'm going to be honest, and I don't really regret this because it kind of helps me for this. I watched this one like a couple hours before this pod.
Yeah, I finished this movie at 7:30 or 7:40, and then we started the podcast at 8.
Okay, wow, you really pushed it, man. You legit needed that time to. Although I gave you that time too, so you probably pushed it. I told you 7, you would have nailed it.
Yeah, I would have. It would have been fine. But yeah, it worked out perfectly. I wanted to absorb it.
Coraline, which was Alex's recommend. We forgot to mention Bug's Life was your recommendation,
yeah,
Charles. But Coraline was Alex's recommendation, and it is a great recommendation.
Yeah,
I already said earlier this week, I'm mad that I didn't pick it, that I didn't come up with it.
Same, because I forgot about it. Then Alex said, I was like, I'm a fucking dummy. Like, this is such a good movie.
It is highly rated in my area, like easily top 10. Sure. I don't know why. It's just I love.
No, it's great. It's a great movie.
Claymations like this one and Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of Were Rabbit are like easily tied.
Chicken Run?
Well, that's basically the same. That's the same animation as Wallace and Gromit. But
yeah,
no, I get it. You like that stop motion animation that's a little bit, and well, at least in my opinion, a little bit uncanny. But the uncanniness kind of adds to its creepiness, which kind of helps accentuate. I mean, that's what it's going for, right? Like it's going for the weird look.
I mean, it's 100% Uncanny Valley, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just the play of color that they're able to use between the two dimensions is just so fun to see. I mean, it's practically two sets in replica, just in being able to understand which world you're in just based off of the colors around you is insane. It takes me back to Pan's Labyrinth.
No, yeah. Okay, no, I see that. Totally,
no, I do.
Totally,
yeah, I would agree with that.
Totally, like the gothic fairy tale vibes of it. Yeah, for sure. Quick synopsis. This is Coraline, based on the book by Neil Gaiman, which I've read. I don't know if you guys read it. It's a good book. It's about the little girl Coraline who lives in a dark, gray, boring kind of. At least where she lives, it's gray and boring, and her parents are boring and I would say somewhat neglectful. And she gets access to a little door that leads into basically an alternate universe of her world. Except everything's better. Except it's not really all better. It's all an elaborate evil scheme. Yeah. I mean, that's basically it. But it's a stop motion animation, and while it is rated PG, we bring up these gothic fairy tale vibes. It is a children's film, but it has this movie has genuine like horror elements. There is psychological dread to it, and there's like contorted bodies in it. Like they make sure you are creeped out in this movie, and it doesn't matter what age you are.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if I would have.
What was Coraline rated?
Pretty sure it's PG.
PG is wild for that.
Well, you're thinking PG-13?
Well, I think here's the thing. Like, I think.
Well, there is the part with the old lady in a very suggestive circus outfit.
Yeah. This is PG. Oh yeah, with the pasties. Come on.
Yeah, she's like old, isn't she?
Yeah.
Pasties ain't covering anything on that one.
Are gigantic.
That part, I was watching it with
they're
Jimmy.
Bigger than the rest of her body, literally.
And that shit came on. I'm like, what is going on? My jaw dropped. My jaw was on the ground.
I was a little bit bamboozled, I'll be honest.
I had forgot about that part. I was just like, what is happening? What am I looking at? This is a PG movie. How did they get away with this?
Yeah. As we've already mentioned, this was a good mix of three films, because while the last one was the funniest, I would say this one is the most layered, like the most developed in terms of like a plot and like a complex plot. Even though it's not like that complex, like it's exploring a lot of things. It's exploring a lot of themes, like family neglect and temptation and bravery and escapism, kind of. Appreciating reality, I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, I would agree. This movie is very complex compared to the other two, and the story also just flows like extremely well. I mean, not to say the other two don't. I think all three movies are great movies, but this is just there's just something else about it. I don't know. It just clicks a little bit more, especially watching it as an adult. It's a lot different, and you're like, holy shit. And you also appreciate how much work they actually put into the movie, because they put a lot of work into this.
Yeah. No, we could talk about the animation for half the time talking about this, because it is amazing. It's definitely, I mean, with all these movies, it tends to become like my favorite part, because it's just such like eye candy, Like, remember, honestly, I felt the same way about Fantastic Mr. Fox back in our first episode. I mean, that's, you could watch there'll be like little parts of the screen that don't even need to really matter that much, but there's so much detail paid to that anyway, It's so there's so much passion put into these kinds of movies, and it's
seriously. I mean,
see it and appreciate it on such a high level.
I was on a Reddit thread just now. I'm looking that the crew spent 800 hours painting 250,000 pieces of popcorn pink and on the outside, pink on the outside and red and the kernel to stand in as blossoms for the nearly 70 trees. And then apparently the Coraline stage was in a 140,000 square foot warehouse that was divided into 50 lots, nearly 150 sets, and they had 400 to 500 people working at a time. Could produce 90 to 100 seconds of footage per week.
Yeah, you don't do all that unless you know you're going all the way the fuck up. This is the same guys that did Nightmare Before Christmas and James and the Giant Peach. Everyone thinks Tim Burton did Nightmare Before the Christmas. He just wrote the poem and produced the movie. Oh god, what's the name of the director?
For Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yes.
Hold on.
No, well, yeah.
Henry Selick.
Henry Selick, that's right. I'm embarrassed because I should know that because I love all of those movies. Nightmare Before Christmas, James and the Giant Peach. Add those to the list. Why don't we? But yeah, no. I think people kind of get his animated stuff like mixed up with like Tim Burton sometimes, but it is kind of in the same ballpark. Where like it's animation that like is appreciated because it's like it doesn't shy away from its fear and its ominousness and creepiness. Not even just we haven't talked about it, but like the score pieces of this also perfectly blend well into that. The other mother is fucking scary.
Yeah, the other mother is. I mean, everything in that world is super creepy. My least favorite scene is when she goes downstairs for the show and it's just 1,000 dogs with button eyes staring. Like that's fucked.
Okay, but that was so cool to have that many play animations like barking and stuff in the background. Like that's taking the Bugs Life factor that we talked about and taking it a whole nother level because they're clay.
Oh well, yeah, it's claymation. I mean,
yeah, but it's still terrifying. Like I love horror movies.
No,
I absolutely love them. That part just gave me the fucking skeeves.
That animation lends itself to the creepiness perfectly. It all flows together, and with the music, and all the voice acting is incredible. Everybody fits their voices. Everyone fits their characters really well.
I would agree.
It's another. Yeah, this is. I guess you would say this is the most recently made movie on here, 2009, but it's still long enough ago where like. I mean, Dakota Fanning's really the only one I really know that well on this cast, and she was fitting too. She was perfect to play like a, cutesy little curious girl, right? But like everybody else is a voice actor.
You didn't know that? You didn't know the cat? You didn't know the cat's actor?
Who's the cat?
Keith David.
Oh well, I didn't know that.
Oh my god, yeah, it's Keith David. I heard it the minute the cat opened its mouth. I was like, oh, that's the boy.
That's okay. Well, Keith David is good. No, don't give me. Yeah, okay. Well, now that God, man, once you hear Keith David, and then now I'm hearing the voice.
Yeah, once you know Keith David, you know when it's his voice.
Yeah, he's in a lot, man. This okay. Well, no, are we going to go to ratings? No, I was going to say. I was going to ask if one of you have anything else you wanted to say about it. Should we go to ratings now?
No, I'm good.
Go ahead.
After the Keith David bomb.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. I give this a 5. It's a 5.
5 for me.
Oh god. I'm so sorry, guys. 4.5. Did he just? I'm sorry.
I mean, the cumulative score is still a 5 because it's 2-1. So
okay, yeah, you know what? I'm the strict one. Okay.
How are you going to give that a 4.5? On what basis?
Damn, I gotta do this again.
Yeah, where's the half going away from?
I gotta do this again. Oh.
What on what? I just want to know why.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. Let's move on. Lion King, baby.
I'm sorry. You put me on the spot, and I don't know. Sometimes uncanny animation doesn't always work as well. That's just personal. It's just a personal preference. It's not even like anything to do with. It's an amazingly well made.
Sure. Lion King's up. Let's go.
Okay. Thank you. Lion King 1994. This was my recommendation. This is.
Oh shoot! You're supposed to do that one.
Yeah, I know you were. You're so full of it. I didn't believe that for a second. Okay. Yeah, like you would have watched that one. Give me a break. But this was my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies ever. It was my favorite movie growing up. My favorite animated movie growing up. It's my personal favorite of the Disney Renaissance movies from the 90s. Up there. But that was when they made Aladdin and Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Hercules, Tarzan. This one's all those are great. All those are great movies. We'll probably be talking about a couple of them, or a lot of them in the future. But this one, personally, is my favorite in terms of its animation, its story, and especially its music. I'm going to get into it, but I'm obsessed with the music, all the music from The Lion King.
He is the Lion King.
Do you guys also love this movie?
No, this movie is definitely fantastic. I mean, I watched it growing up. I watched it multiple times. Although I will say I do have a hot take. This isn't my favorite of the Lion King movies. I like the 1.5 with Timon and Pumbaa, the exclusive. That's my favorite. That's just my personal preference.
That one is the funniest.
I think I love that one, and just the camaraderie with the Hakuna Matata song, which obviously we hear in the original. Yes. But I don't know that. Anyway, this movie is fantastic, and the music is amazing.
Alex, do you like The Lion King too?
I would say it's not my favorite of Disney movies. I don't know. There's a slump between in the late 90s that I just don't jive with. I don't know why.
Did you hear what I said?
Did you say you would stab him?
I was kidding.
I like to report a threat.
Oh yeah, right. All right. Well, I'm going to talk about a little bit of the things that I love, especially about this movie. Now, not just the songs in it, but also the score. I believe this movie won an Oscar for its score, and it's actually funny. It was scored by Hans Zimmer, who did all of Christopher Nolan's movies. It's funny he could never win for any of those, but he won for this one all the way back in '94. But it was well deserved, in my opinion. Especially, I mean, not just for composing some of the main parts, but I think my one of my favorite animated sequences ever is the stampede scene, the wildebeest scene, and I wanted to come back to that from when we were talking about animation innovation. Wow, I say that 3 times fast. Anyway, they had to basically invent how they animated all the thousands of wildebeests running down a hill. They had to create 3D planes and make a little magnet that had a bunch of other little ones following it, and they had to trace it across a plane. And then they had to animate wildebeest on top of it, like individually, which I imagine took a very long time, but it was really cool. I watched a video about it, but it kind of made me appreciate. Yeah, well, it kind of made me really appreciate it because this was like an underdog movie when it was being made, because this was like the B project Disney was doing at the same time. Then the A project was Pocahontas, which was also good. Hasn't aged very well, but was also pretty good. But like this was like kind of the underdog one, and now it is kind of considered somewhat of like the magnum opus of that era in terms of all these movies they came up with.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say this would be my favorite out of all. Not knocking any of the other ones that came out, but this one is just it's a heavy hitter.
Okay. Alex, do you like any of the Disney Renaissance movies? Do you like Aladdin or like
I never Hercules got into Aladdin. I know there's going to be a lot of people who eventually listen to this, and you're going to hear that. I was never a big Aladdin fan. I think I watched it like once, and I was like, all right, I don't need to see this one again.
That's fine. I'll stab you too. And
I don't know. I think to me, I just didn't have as much of a fascination with. I mean, similar to Hocahontas, I just
Hocahontas.
You mean you didn't have every single one of these movies on VHS, Alex?
Actually, I'm dying. My favorite, dude, the Disney Renaissance era is actually crazy because I forgot we got Mulan and what's the other one? The Road to El Dorado. Add it to the list. Why did I think of that one? Damn it, that movie's good.
Sorry. I don't know. Granted, The Lion King again was before I was even born, so it was kind of a watch after. But like, I just didn't have like a fanfare of like movies that were like based in Africa or like surrounded around like African safari animals. Like it just wasn't.
Whoa!
What do you mean by that?
Calm down.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
I'm just gonna eat my Pop-Tart and just shut up.
Well, I kind of like that it was set in Africa because, I mean, it was.
Well, I hope it would be, not a zoo.
Whoa! No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I like that. I mean, one of the cool things that they did when they were preparing for this was they took a research trip to Africa and they took a bunch of footage of the animals out there in the lands, and then they kind of took that and put it onto. That inspired all the animation they did, especially like the wide landscapes and stuff, the trees that they made, the skies and stuff.
Yeah, well, it did seem very wow, I don't even want to say this now. It did seem very authentic. Also, sure. Alex, does that mean that you're not a fan of the movie Madagascar or any of the Madagascar movies? Because you said at least it's not set in a zoo.
I was also not a fan of Madagascar.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. King Julian hates you. King Julian hates you.
Yeah. Well, even though I just said that, add the Madagascar movies to the list.
Yeah, we'll add them to when he's not here.
I'll skip.
I didn't really do a synopsis because this movie is basically Hamlet, but with lions.
And also, like, pretty much the Lion King story. So,
father kills the king, takes over, and then the son comes back to avenge him and take place as rightful king.
Everything the light touches is your kingdom.
Yeah. All right. What did you think of those scenes, Alex? Because I don't know. I have like a deep connection with some of them. I mean, I don't know. I love the part when he's, at first he's like reprimanding him for going off into the elephant graveyard, but then they have like this really nice discussion, him and Mufasa. Mufasa's like such a loving father, and he like cares so much about his son, and he's talking about like when it's the right time to be brave, and like, especially like as a king, and Simba is kind of just shows so much of his innocence in that moment. It kind of wears him down to where they, then they start playing, and that's when you get to the scene where he says, "The those kings of the past will be there to guide you, and so will I. I don't know. I've always loved that scene. What? I'm just gonna say it. Some of the scenes in this movie made me tear up. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying it.
I mean, yeah, as a father myself, some of the scenes are definitely touching, and it's like it was good to watch those. But then have been so trained by TikTok sounds at this point that when Simba is staring into the water and sees his dad up in the clouds, and his dad's like, "Remember who you are," and then all of a sudden in the back of my mind, I'm hearing the chicken go.
Man, that's why I don't like TikTok.
I love TikTok.
I also love TikTok.
TikTok ruins everything.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Don't say that. This isn't a TikTok podcast. It's a Squadcast movie podcast. Danny G. Flash.
You at least like some of the music, no, Alex? I mean, Elton John, Tim Rice. I mean,
oh yeah.
Can you feel?
I love that. I want you to do that all over again.
I love that song.
Music is great. It's just probably the most overplayed music ever from like a movie, I feel like.
Frozen, Let It Go.
It is pretty popular.
Top that.
No, it is.
Top that.
No, well, that's true. That's up there too. Well,
that's fair, but it has more. The Lion King has more songs that are constantly played. Like for Frozen, it's mostly just Let It Go.
Because they're good. At least they're good songs.
If one thing I'll say is Let It Go and the snowman. Do you want to build a snowman?
Shut up! Don't even start.
You see what I mean?
We're not adding that to the list. That'll be the episode I skip.
We do not have to add that to the list.
I will skip that episode.
I didn't mind it, but
I'm good. I'm good.
No, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the Lion King still is like the best selling movie soundtrack of all time. Like the CD was like the best selling movie CD soundtrack of all time.
Where like soundtracks like Harry Potter lie all the way. Also, we need to add Harry Potter to the list.
Well, I don't know. There's not really a lot of like original songs made. It's just the original score.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can still sell score. You can sell an album of the score.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna split the Harry Potter episodes into 2.
Well, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do 7.
We'll get to that. Anyway, there's another thing I need to talk about with this movie, though, that I really deeply love is the voice acting. Not just from Mufasa's James Earl Jones, but Jeremy Irons as Scar. And, he's probably my favorite, but I have to also give shout-outs to, Nathan Lane and Ernie Sabella as Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, and Rowan Atkinson as Zazu is amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
First of all, Rowan Atkinson's like one of the most talented voice actor and like character actors ever.
I mean, he's Mr. Bean.
Yeah, especially from like a comedic standpoint. I mean, and he is excellent as I can't picture anybody else being the voices of any of these characters. You can't picture anybody else as Zazu going, "Steal bubble, but you two turtle doves have no choice." That was funny as shit. That was pretty good, huh? Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
That wasn't bad.
I'm not as good as him, but Jeremy Irons as Scar he's one of my favorites because like he almost sounds like a lion, like he's doing it like he's a lion, if that makes sense. No, I live up. Yeah. I don't know. Dude, I should go into voice acting. I'm dead ass.
Hey man, this is your catalyst. Here we go.
Yeah, this is my catalyst. Everyone who watches, let me know what you think.
I'm proud of you.
Also the hyenas. Freaking Whoopi Goldberg and Cheech Marin are 2 of them.
I forgot it was Whoopi Goldberg.
No, you could tell right away the main one. Shinzi. When you hear her talk. Shinzi, that's right. When you hear her talk, you can tell it's Whoopi. And then the other guy, you can tell it's Cheech.
Dude, now that you say that, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and they're so good. They're creepy. There's a great combination of creepy and like funny, because there's a like when Simba first goes into the elephant graveyard, there's a part where he like laughs and it like leads into their laughs, and that's when they come out. It was so perfect. If you ever watch it again, pay attention to that. Simba goes something like, "I laugh in the face of danger, ha ha ha," and then all of a sudden, right into that, you hear all the hyenas. Oh, it was really clever. They do a lot of clever things like that in this movie. When you like pay attention to it, like I don't know. I wouldn't say it's as clever, but I love when he tries to roar and they go, "Ha ha, do it again," and then he does it and it sounds like a real roar, and it's Mufasa.
Yeah. They're like, what just
happened?
Like, oh, oh my god.
Like,
oh no, get out of here.
Oh no.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. I love the ending also. I thought is with the when Rafiki goes, "It is time," and then they have like that big grand score piece as he's walking up Pride Rock and then roars over like everybody.
Yeah,
and it's like raining. It's like it's like the most cinematic I've ever seen a 2D animated movie look.
They were in their bag.
They were in their bag for that part for sure. Hans Zimmer was in his bag. The animators were in their bag. It was good.
Squad was feeling it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Is that anything else, guys, or we want to go to the ratings?
I think I'm good.
Okay. You know what? You know what's really funny? Despite how much I'm talking and loving this, I almost gave this a 4.5 today.
Well, what do you give
Which sounds stupid. I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna quickly. Can I just quickly explain why I was going? I almost
no, because you couldn't explain the previous one, so no, you can't explain.
I have a better explanation for this one.
I don't care, Alex. What are you rating it?
Of course you would. 4.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4 too.
Okay.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm giving it a 5.
Okay. Alex, you're sticking with the 4 though, right?
I'm still at a freaking 4. Sorry,
that's fine.
So Dan gave it a 5. I gave it a 5. So this is the first episode where, actually, is it? No, actually,
Lord of the Rings
was a phenomenal 5, even though somebody disagreed with one of them or something like that again. But whatever.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, we did it. Episode 8.
Episode 8 is in the books. We did our animated episode. How about that? There's the applause.
There we go, boys. Episode 8. Let me put my little post-it up.
Oh, I'm so happy we talked about, man. This was such a good trio, man. 3 perfect, 3 really great movies that all have their differences. They're differently animated, different themes, and they're all amazing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good combo.
Yeah, I did thoroughly enjoy this combo. This was a fun one. I thought it was a good switch up from going from super thick 3-hour like
right. Or these movies were short
and war to nice.
No, that was a nice switch up. All these movies were like an hour and a half. That was we're not gonna do that more often. We'll pick a couple movies that are an hour and a half.
Yeah, because the last one was a lot of fun, but it was thick.
Yeah.
If we ever actually do Harry Potter, we're gonna need like a 4-week time frame to get through everything.
That one we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, that should just be a 2-parter. That should just be a 2-parter. First 3. It should also be
It should also be in the It should also be around Christmas time, because that would be like a heat just vibe to have on our show. This is just Harry Potter vibes.
Okay, for sure. Well, this was fun, guys. Thanks for doing. Thank you for doing all these with me, guys. But thanks again for doing another awesome podcast with me, and I'm sure you. Yeah, okay. You guys are happy to be here, obviously.
I'll say, shut up, Mr. Rambler. We just like to be here.
Yeah, no, shut up, Mr. Rambler. All right.
Get it over
Thank
with.
you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for what?
What movies are we gonna do next? Let's make a decision.
Oh, well, I was thinking National Treasures 1 and 2, since that was a fan recommendation.
That's fine with me.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. That'll be next week. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for joining me, guys. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.